Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we're about to start the body work. Pretty much completed all the body swap from the parts car, which last video I hauled over other side of the property. Everything swapped over but the hood, 4 bolts for the hood. We'll get that on here soon. So yeah. So now we're going to start the Bondo work, because these parts aren't the best. You know, you're not going to find mint parts from a old car like this. So we're going to start on this side here. I'm going to mark them with a marker if you can't see them too good. Big dent here. We're going to use a hammer. It's puffed out. We're going to tap it along there, see if it'll come out, but I kind of doubt it. And you can't get at it from the inside because it's got a big bar from about here to here. Big friggin' bar, so you can't get at this stuff. You got to pull it from the outside. Okay, so it's got a big dent right here. Dent right here. We got to grind off all these little tabs for the side moldings. Fill in that little hole. And fill in these 2 holes. I'm going to put the Malibu Classic emblem on there, so we'll save them. It's not bad. I think there's just a little bit of a... I think we'll just leave that. The dent here. Little dent there, probably from hail or something. And then when I put this quarter on, this quarter went on from here like this. Got a big dip right here. I'm gonna see if we can pull that out. Okay, so okay, yeah, last episode went ahead and put the whole front end, took all the front end off, painted all the headlight buckets and grill and header panel, front filler panel, took all that off and painted it all black, put it all back together, got new LED lights in it. Art had some fog lights in it. We threw them out, they were old, and I had this set laying around. And he had a bar for them, so I went ahead and just put 2 fog lights back in, hooked up a switch to it. Did all that last episode. Okay, just checking the engine numbers. 2 numbers to check. Back here on the block, right down there. That's 3970010. Looked it up. It is a 350. Most likely a 350 4-barrel 4-bolt main. At least that's what, well, what's my search thing? My search thing is Bing or something. It says most commonly a 4-barrel truck motor from 76 or 79, but don't know. But anyway, I looked it up on another site, and it just says it's a common 350, could be anything. Okay, this number here, that's a V0206 TKB, but TKB is the 3 last letters is what you want to look up. And you can never trust them numbers. I don't know why. But anyway. That's right there. TKB is the last 3. And that's supposed to tell you what it is. Well, you look it up, it said it's a 71 or 72 402 big block from a 71, 72 Chevy truck. Well, obviously that's not a big block. So, it's wrong. But it's stamped right there. TKB. Wrong. So we'll go with this one. A 350, and that's what Art said. But see, the car was born with a 305 2 barrel, and Art said he put in a 354 barrel. I'll have to ask him next time I see him, ask him what happened to the original engine, whether it just crapped out. It reads 69,000 miles. From the look of the seats and stuff, it looks original, but it's probably got 169. Ask him when that 305 went out. So he said he put in a 354 barrel, but then he switched over to a 2 barrel because it was better on gas, he said. So anyway, this engine originally came with a 4 barrel. We'll most likely put one on there, but I'm not quite sure yet. We'll save that to the end. I'd like to maybe get a 4 barrel intake and I got an intake and a Edelbrock 4 barrel on that 78 Nova, but the engine runs kind of rough, and I don't know if that's because of the carburetor or just because I think the engine's just out of time, and you can't time it with the distributor. It just, you know, somebody put the friggin' timing chain on a couple of tooths wrong or something. That's what I think's wrong with it, but we'll screw around with that later. But if the motor's not that good in it, we'll take and if the carburetor's good, we'll take the intake and 4 barrel off of that, put it on this one. And if I do that, I'd like to get a set of headers. But anyway, we'll save that for later. Those are the numbers if anybody wants to look them up. Okay, so we'll do this side first, and then maybe I'll turn it around and we'll do this side. This side's got, this had a big dent right here. I banged it all out when I had the fender off. Yeah, right here too was pushed up. I tapped that down. A little buckle right there. But this, I thought this door was just as bad, but maybe not. Oh, right here. Right in here, it's all been whacked right here. Big baseball bat or something. Yeah, she's all dented there. But we'll most likely just do the other side first. So we're going to use this Vevor machine a sponsor sent me a while back. I had a couple of videos on it when I did the 78 El Camino. I'll pull this over there and set you up on a tripod. But yeah, basically you set that copper bit on bare metal and use this deal to pull out the dent and then kind of twist it off. It doesn't stick real good enough for a good hit, and then it'll just come off. But you just keep doing it all along the dent crease area, which would be right along where that molding is. I'm gonna get it there. But basically I'm gonna grind. Let me no, I could probably do it right now. Here's this marker, and that's the dent right there. And this right here. That might be it, other than maybe some little hail dents or something. Yeah, right there. Just a little ding right there. Might be some along the door edge. So I'll set you up on a tripod. We're going to grind all this down. We're going to grind this down, get the machine, pop them out, and then put some filler over it. I was going to go get some of that big 8-inch sanding paper for my big Bondo Buster DA, but we're just going to use a regular DA. Plus the Bondo Buster works off of air, uses up a lot of air. I might run out and have to keep stopping. So we're going to use my regular DA, which is electric, and do the body work that way. So we got that Bondo work to do, and then not this video, but maybe an upcoming video we'll strip. Once I get the hood on, need to strip the hood, the roof, and the deck lid. Strip it all right down to the bare metal and prime it and fix the dents. There's dents on it. Fix all the dents first and then prime it all. So anyway, let me get a grinder out, put you on a tripod, and we'll grind out this side for now. Okay guys, also last episode finished off dyeing the seats. You know, a couple episodes ago we did the back seat. Last episode we did the front. So the interior is pretty much all done. Put on the door panels. This was just hanging on there, so put a little dye on the top. It was almost white. I don't have any Velcro to stick that on there, but you know, might put a little something on there. Anyway, looks pretty good. So just leave it open like that so I don't tear up this. Got the grinder ready, and set you up on a tripod thing, and we'll grind this out. Be right back. Okay, I got it ground down. We'll wheel the machine over here and we'll pop them dents out. Okay guys, got the machine grounded right here, and you gotta use it where the dent is. It's mainly right along the molding here, but then it's kind of down here a little bit. So just put it to it. Hear that little beep? It's welding itself to the kind of twist it to pop it off. Whoop. Got a little hammer here, and this is going to be kind of high here, so you got to kind of, oh, that's kind of, hang on. Yeah, she's really pooched out right here. So you try to give it a little pressure, pulling it out, and then tap the high spots in. A little bit up here too. Get a better hammer. Use a pretty good there. Maybe just a couple of right in here. Pretty close there. And grind it a little bit more here, and we'll just put a skim of Bondo. Let's pull this one out here. It's basically right there. love this little machine here. I put a link and stuff in it a long time ago when I did the white 78 El Camino. So I guess I could probably go back and get the link and put it in this video in the description if you're interested in it. I mean, I don't know what it was, 200 and something bucks, but if you're doing a few cars, definitely worth it. I think that's it. I think that's it. We'll just grind it a little bit more, and I'll come back with some Bondo. Okay guys, mixing up a little Bondo. Okay, just want to give it a first skim. Now I went ahead and popped this out here too, so this just needs a little skim. I don't think I have enough, but okay, we'll put a little bit on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, got a body file, also called the cheese grater. Just let it dry for a couple minutes. Now, depending on your weather, this will just save a lot of sanding later on. Well, in a few minutes. Okay, in a few minutes we're going to get an 80 grit with the DA. Going to go around all the edges here first and then go over it, and then we'll go over it with a block and then give it another skim. So I'll be back. Okay, got my electric DA, piece of 80 grit on there. Like I said, we'll go around the edges. You can get these little stud things here too. Okay, just got to block with a piece of 80 grit. You want to block it out. See, this body line's rounded. It's not, doesn't have an edge on it, so it's kind of, but anyway. So you just want to block it down. It's actually pretty damn straight. It might be a little bit high right there. And then of course this, I'll just sand that down, that'll need another skim. Same with this area here. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I put a little bit more Bondo on those little rivets that I ground down, and this was actually a little ding right there. That'll have to be skimmed again. I mean, so lightly. I mean, it come out really straight. So yeah, after this dries, I'm going to go over it with the DA with 80 grit, block her down, and then one more little skim. These I banged down just a little bit. We're going to put in some the fiberglass reinforced Bondo there. It's waterproof. Could weld them up, but take a chance of heating it up and warping it and stuff. So anyway, I'll continue on and I'll be back. Okay guys, I did some work over here and primed it. But this is the main body work I was showing earlier. As I was final sanding around the edges, I found some more dings. Put them in black marker. We go ahead and put a little bit of Bondo over that after I prime this, because this will have to be blocked down and reprimed, and then I'll just do those spots while I'm doing that. But this paint is really gummy. I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure it's original paint. Just gums up the sandpaper like it didn't have hardener in it. So I don't know what it was, unless it's just some type of really good wax they used decades ago and it's just embedded in there. And I said, it just gums up the sandpaper real bad. That's why even this old stuff here, when we go to strip it, I'm going to use 3-4 times as much sandpaper as I usually do, because it gums it up. Makes it look like that. So okay, but anyway, let's prime these areas here. Got my cheap $10 Harbor Freight gun. Just, I'll just put on a couple of coats, and then after it dries for a couple of days, we'll do the other side body work, and then we'll block this down and reprime it. Then put a couple of coats on it, and it'll be ready to scuff and shoot. Yeah, the gun's not spraying very good. It's that primer too. I don't know what it is, but I really thinned it down, but just priming all the bare metal spots in case it rains or the morning dew starts trying to rust it. Okay, anyway, I'm going to put a couple more coats on and probably be back tomorrow, and we'll do the body work on the other side. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, we're going to get started on this side. Marked in marker. Said it's hit really hard right there, baseball bat or something. And all down in here, a little ding there. Gonna grind off these studs. And then this fender here was pretty good dent in it. When I had the fenders off, I banged it all out. So basically just grind that down and skim it. Same up in here. You gotta tap right in here, it's a little high. Anyway, gonna skim it with Bondo there and there. I know the other fender was probably gonna be better, but okay, so let me just, you already see me grind. Let me grind them areas down to the metal, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got that area ground down, and this area just been using the machine again. Not very many pulls, just a couple right here. Pull that, bang down the high spots, and a couple right there, and bang high spots there. So yeah, it's all kind of, it's going to be a couple of skims of Bondo here and here, and then kind of dented down there. But anyway, I'll spread some Bondo and I'll be back. Okay, just spread a skim on the major parts. We'll let that dry for a minute or two and then cheese grate it, flush. And if there's any high spots, maybe we'll put another skim or just start sanding it. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, just use the body file cheese grater, shaped it up a little bit. Let it dry for a few more minutes, and then go over it with some 80 grit on my DA, like the other side. And then probably just do another skim. Keep getting her straight. When I get the DA out, I'll get that little one there, and over here, and those little spots. I just DA'd them down with 80. Little dents that I missed. A couple on the bottom. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, went over it with 80 grit and a DA, tapped down some high spots, ready to give her another skim. This fender, when the door was messed up before I adjusted it for the third or fourth time, I used to push in the fender and made that. Anyway, I got to fill that in. And same with this, it's just kind of buckled right down in here, but smooth that out the best we can. Anyway, I'll give her another skim for now, and I'll be back. Okay, second skim of body filler. We'll wait for that to dry, sand her down with 80 grit, block it a little bit, and probably one more light skim coat, fill in pinholes and scratches and stuff, and then we'll go from there. We'll have to 180 grit all the rest of the door, all the gold paint, and just like the other side, and paint it. Although I didn't show that, that's pretty much what I did. Just went over, feather out all the scratches with 180, and then just went over all the gold with 180. When we final prime it, we'll probably pretty much prime all of it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, blocked it down with 80. Got a few little stuff there, but mainly you can see where this is low right here along the body line. She's kind of wavy, so we're gonna have to skim it here, but there's a crease right here. So we got to fill in this, and it's got a little ding there. We got to fill in that area there and block it in. And this is still there's kind of a dent right there, right before the chrome. I don't want to take that chrome off because all the clips and stuff will break. So skim that a little bit, this area, and that body line, and then we'll have to 80 grit it with the DA and then 80 grit with a block. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, it's dark. We got a light shining on it. A little bit more dented than I thought, but got it pretty damn straight. So we're just going to prime this door and fender, and then we'll be pretty much done with both sides. And next video we can start on the top surfaces, see if I can get this hood on, and we'll start stripping. But telling you that, I already mentioned it, but that gold brown paint is really gummy. Just gums up the sandpaper. Really needs some stripper or grinder and just grind it off. But I don't really like to do that because then you got grinding marks to fill. And you know, you can go over it with 80 and 180, but you're still going to have them marks. That's why people like Bad Chad will use $500 worth of that Evercoat feather fill and just lay it on there to cover everything up. Yeah, well, we're not doing that. This is pretty good primer. It's 2-part primer. I think it was 80. No, it was 108 bucks. I got another gallon of it here, but I haven't used that much. What's the last car I did? The IROC. I only used like half a gallon on the IROC, but it says Speed Coat. That's the primer. That's the hardener. But it takes a few days to dry. It's not that cheap stuff where you can just sand it and paint it there the next day. As I already sanded this already been on there 2 days, and it gums up the sandpaper too. So it hasn't dried yet. And why this gums up the sandpaper, like I said, it looks like factory paint, but they must have sprayed something over there that just didn't, without hardener or something. But anyway, we'll get to that. But anyway, that's why it's going to be a little difficult on the tops. I'm just going to have to use a lot of sandpaper or something else, especially that hood. Hood's the biggest. Most of this paint on the roof is baked off. Okay, so let me put some primer on this and I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. Put a bunch of thick coats of primer on there. I will spray a little black spray paint on there for a guide coat. We'll do that on an upcoming video where block it all out until all the black's gone. That way you get all the pinholes and scratches and stuff out. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the body work on the sides. We just got the tops to go. Quarters are pretty good. I got one little ding on that quarter, but yeah, so I guess next video will be the tops. Then after that, block it, reprime it, and then after that just scuff and shoot. It'll take a while though. We're going to do the silver first. Like I said, I'm going to do the silver on top for the stripes, but I'm just going to paint everything silver on top and probably along the bottom. I still haven't looked at no pictures yet, but a Laguna 442 type silver around the wheel wells and bottom with a red pinstripe. So that's what's coming up. We got to let the silver dry for a while before we mask it off and paint the black. But we got plenty of other work to do in the meantime. Still got the Scooby-Doo van. Somebody, I'll mention them on the video when I do it, but they just sent me a set of windows. So thanks. I don't have your name handy, but I'll give you a shout out here when we get on the van. We can bring the van over, do them windows while the silver's drying, that type of thing. But yeah, we're gonna go all out on the van eventually. I just got onto this one and figured let's do a start to finish on this. The van's not that important. So yeah, lots of comments on this. Oh, you're, you know, spending way too much time on it. The car's not worth it. It's awful lot of work. Yeah, it is. It's an awful lot of work, but whether you treat it as a business or a hobby or side work, you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then you shouldn't be doing it. Do something you enjoy. Cars are great because you can actually, you know, make money on them when you sell them. Not like other hobbies where, you know, I don't know, model airplanes or, you know, some other collecting Coke bottles or bottle caps. You don't make no money at it. With cars you can, and enjoy it. I've had lots of hobbies in my life. Stamps, coins, you know, I used to collect all kinds of stuff. But I like cars. And so, like I said, guys, this car I think will probably be worth about 10 grand. Now, it's not for everybody. It's not my favorite car by a long shot. Style car or whatever, or year car. You know, it was me. I like my 68 Nomad, my 69 Chevelle, my 70 Le Mans, and then my 72 Nova, and this is, you know, kind of last. But it's, whenever you sell a car, you don't have to build a car for everybody. You only have to build a car for that one person. Well, there's going to be more than one that's going to want one of these cars and willing to pay for it. But you know, you're looking for that one person that wants the car, and there's going to be somebody. So it doesn't really matter what type of car. It'll take longer, you know. Like, you know, if you had a, like DD Speed Shop, you had a 68 Camaro for sale, yeah, your phone's going to ring off the wall. Your phone's not going to ring off the wall for this, but eventually that one person is going to find it and come up and give you cash and be happy as a pig in shit. And just, you know, like I said before, on these cars, don't be in no rush to sell it. Don't be rushing around trying to fix it up and sell it to the first person and sell it for half of what you listed it for. Just stick with your price, and eventually somebody will buy it. You know, it's a big mistake a lot of people have. So I did add it up the other day. I got $2,400 into it. I paid $750 was the big expense, and then the next biggest expense was $517 for the 2 quarters. Okay, 1,200 and something bucks or whatever. Yeah, then another 1,200 and $100 here, $100 there. It adds up, guys. It adds up. But that $2,400 includes the silver paint, the side moldings, the red pinstripes, everything. It includes everything, all the body materials and all that. So that's what I got into it. And say I wanted to figure how much do I want to spend on the engine. Do I want to put headers, four barrel intake, dual exhaust, turbo Flowmaster type mufflers? Do I want to, you know, go that much farther with it, which I might, but yeah, we can go over that stuff later. So yeah, you know, I'll get paid for it if I want to sell it. If nobody wants to buy it right away, I'll just keep it. You know, just don't, when you do this, don't be strapped for money and have to sell it to get money to buy the next car you're going to lose money on. Just don't don't do that. Don't get caught in that trap. So yeah, you know, I got $2,400 into it. Even if I put $3 grand into it, you know, spend another $600 on something, motor parts and stuff, $3 grand, I'll make $7 grand for my labor when I sell it. So, or you know, I may keep it. I'm in no rush to sell it. So anyway, that's the deal, guys. Yeah, it's a ton of work, but yeah, I'll get paid for it one day. So that's where I'm at on it. So that's the way you should be at it too. Don't be fixing up cars that aren't worth a shit. You know, this is by far not the most popular car around, but that's why it's 10 grand instead of, you know, 25 grand for 69. It's less than worth half of that. But still, you can, you know, make money on it. But don't be buy a car that's only worth 5 grand fixed up, because then you're really gonna be in the hole when you're working for $1 an hour. Okay, I just wanted to go over that because I do get a lot of comments on, you know, it's a lot of time. And well, I knew this car was going to be a lot of time, but not a lot of money. You know, $2,400 for, and this thing is going to be friggin' nice. The paint job, the stripes, the interior's nice, the motor, mechanically, you know, got new transmission and stuff in it, or rebuilt or whatever. Mechanically, it should be good. There might be a few little things, I think, but I'm not sure. I think the master cylinder might be leaking. It had lost fluid, and yet, anyway, we'll go over that. It'll just be little nitpicking stuff. But it's, you know, in pretty good shape with all that, you know, mechanically, interior, and now the body. So it's going to be a pretty friggin' nice car for friggin' $2,400 in it. You know, you couldn't buy one done up for twice that. So anyway, that's where we're at. Hopefully that cleared up some questions. And like I said, you gotta enjoy doing it, because if you don't, find another hobby, or whatever. So okay, guys, like I said, you know what's next. I just need a hand with that hood, putting it on there. Like I said, I could do it myself, but okay, so I think that's it. Enough rambling. Subscribe if you haven't. We're going down the home stretch here. Like, comment, share, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.